Hello, welcome to QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. It's Wednesday, the 1st of November 2023. And Julde, it's the beginning of a new month. As you know, very soon we'll say hello to 2024. May we witness it. Well, it's coming to you from our studios on Kairaba Avenue, the Gambia, West Africa, wherever you're watching us from. Good morning, Julde.
Good morning to you, Balde. Good morning to our viewers.
How are you? You look more lawyer today.
Thank you.
Legal practitioner.
Wow, Hamgaman Mom, I am unpredictable. Sometimes I can be all hijabi. Sometimes I can be a lawyer. In fact, I want to be a barrister someday. Sometimes I can be just an ordinary
Next you will
person.
be a flight attendant.
Yes.
Yes. So, Mr. Carr, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Balde. Good morning, Julie.
He's been very consistent this week.
I know, because Mr. Ade is not here.
We wish him a speedy recovery. Yeah. So it's good to be here, and the program will take a look at the African proverb, and then we will be looking at the tragedy that happened allegedly, that many people lost their lives on this backway journey, most of them from Bakau. So we will be calling, to see, what happened, what transpired. And we'll also be talking to the Ministry of Health. They conducted a survey on social behavioral change survey in the rural Gambia. So Jibril Gando Balde will be here to take us through this. Then we'll be talking to Babukar Jeng, an executive member of the GAM United Breeders Association. We'll look into the involvement of women and youth in livestock management, which is very significant, for us to see women and youth engage in such, practice, which is very significant. So we'll take a look at the proverb. Julde, please take us through.
So our African proverb this morning reads, "A king's child is a servant in foreign lands." A king's child is a servant in foreign lands.
Because it's not known. Where you are not known, your status will not matter. Where you are known, your status counts. So if you are a prince here and they take you far away, and it used to happen during the slave trade, they would capture some prince or princesses and take them far away. They wouldn't know what they were. But they would just observe the way the other people relate to them, and they recognize that this must have been a person of status, of authority, of power. So it just shows where you are not known, you are a nobody. You are insignificant. Where you are known, your status and class, that's where you are high. That's my interpretation.
Absolutely. I think Mr. Khan nailed it.
I mean, he nailed it quickly. That's a swift one, Mr. Carr.
He always nailed it.
I hope he didn't review the proverb last night.
Yes, before coming.
No, but it's self-explanatory. If you look at it, I know some of them are very loaded, and then, you have to dig in to find out, what they mean. But in this particular instance, it's self-explanatory. But there are lots of other angles that you can come up with in terms of the proverb, and that is the beauty of these proverbs.
It is indeed. I would take a different dimension from Mr. Kaz. I will take it like in family perspective. Everybody is important to somebody in life. Sometimes you're more important to other people than other people. So that is why do not generalize things. Do not count yourself as important to everybody. Because you are important to this person does not mean that you are that important to another person. You could mean a million or million or billions of things to one person, but you can mean nothing to another person. So it's good to humble yourself and know that you are not a jack of all trades. You are not an exception, or you are not somebody who is untouchable. It's good to humble yourself and know that life bidal, it doesn't necessarily always have to be you. Sometimes you go to a gathering, you're regarded highly. Sometimes you go to a place you're not known. So it only teaches people to be humble at all times. You can't be that relevant all the time. So that is why dangawara humble as much as possible. Whether you're important for me, whether you climb the ladder or you don't climb the ladder, the most important thing is to humble yourself, be yourself, interact with anybody and everybody, so that wherever you find yourself in life, you can, easily, succumb to the situation, or you can easily adapt to that particular environment. But if you're somebody who is always thinking highly of yourself, sometimes you find yourself in certain situations, you find it very difficult to cope. So it is very important, really, to just strike a balance in life. Just be you, just be normal. No matter how much money you have, no matter the status quo, do not change who you are, because really, you can have, if you are a millionaire in the Gambia, if you are a millionaire in the Gambia, if you go to the US or UK, you mean nothing, because $1 million in the Gambia means nothing in UK. So really, it's
not always. So
yeah, seriously, looking at the currency, if you are a millionaire in the Gambia and you go to UK,
I mean, they'll tell you, okay, $1,000. I mean, that's a lot of money if you change that here.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think what he's just trying to say is don't be too aloof.
Yeah, I understand.
And that type of humility, wherever you are, regardless of status. But if you leave your comfort zone, that is what it's saying, and you enter into another zone, you find it difficult. If you take fish out of water, then it will not be able to swim because it's out. So a fish is very intelligent in water, but once out of that environment,
it can't.
Yeah, and that is applicable to many different scenarios where you can be very good at something and you might not necessarily excel in another thing. That doesn't mean to say that you are not good or you are incapable, but the situation and the circumstances you find yourself, you cannot fit. You would be a square peg in a round hole.
True. Yes. Well, it's telling you to humble yourself, Julde, I agree. And it's telling you where your authority stops, another man's authority begins. I mean, if you are a king in the Gambia and you leave your country to another man's land, you're going to dance to the tune of the authorities of that country. So it's telling you, humble yourself down. You need to be open-minded. You need to understand, life is not all about authority, about power. Because at some point, somewhere down the line, you will be in the hands of another person. So I think we all agree on that one. Yeah, so viewers, now we'll take a short break after. I think they need to get me a special intercom. It doesn't fit in my ears, Mr. So we'll take a short break. After the break, then we'll look at some of the stories we have here. We'll be back.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. "5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected, juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. Soro. Go. Ebe dawa da full network suta tili. QCell. Ni lafta diamla wati jamala mune diata. QCell. Most reliable network jumala keta wati. QCell. Wo quality man nyon soto jam pona manke QCell. Hani be wulo ni farole kono walante be bako na jala fayola network ko se taria. QCell suñu boss. Ñu fi njëkk indi 3G ñu dellu taxi 4G plus and now we bring you 5G. 5G. First and only 5G provider. Suñu boss. Itella follow adi doron nesa keno. Suñu boss. Gambia bela nyon tawo fele QCell. Suñu boss. Ko fasun tawo buka busi QCell. Suñu boss. Itella molti milka kukutol nati Gambia. QCell meta lori la kilianol yele imanyina amanda wala itella ka quality dila dadi ma itelle silo wala wodol mume be keno ma. QCell suñu boss. QCell suñu boss. QCell suñu boss. QCell suñu boss. Connection of Bambandi QCell suñu boss. QCell most innovative QCell suñu boss.
Yeah, so we are back. This is QTV this morning, and now let's take a look at some of the stories on the Standard newspaper. And the main headline reads, Fadera gets 12 years for treason. Mr. Ka, we've seen this yesterday around social media, people discussing about it. Normally, treason comes with a very severe punishment, but at some point, it's telling you how risky it is to try overthrowing a democratically elected government. You know, I think people should be aware of this and, you know, take note, Mr. Ka.
Yes, we are a democracy. We have a mechanism of changing government in a non-violent way. If people really are interested in a transition government, they should take the democratic route. Political parties are established, institutions are here, we have the judiciary, everything is functioning more or less in relative terms. So it's needless for anybody to start, you know, conceiving or developing ideas about undemocratic change of government. That is not acceptable. And where you find yourself in such a situation, this is what you're going to find yourself in. As young people who have the future ahead, you end up finding yourself in prison. It's not worth it. So no matter how much you want change and you despise, you must respect the people. The voice of the people will determine or decide who they want them to govern them. So that is why it's important for people to be enlightened, both in the military and ordinary civilians, that it is a high-risk venture. The consequences are there. Sometimes it can result to death penalty. Treasonable offenses are normally, you know, death penalty. So they must be careful.
Absolutely. I totally agree with Mr. Ka. I mean, it's not worth it to waste your, 12 years of your life in prison. And Fadera, the guy in question, is somebody who spent 12 years in the army. He is a lab, scientist, technician, and he has a very promising future, really. And he was a university student. He's a professional. So really, spending 12 years of your life in prison, and you have a family to take care of, you have a bright future. God knows what those 12 years holds for this young man, and the contribution he would have made for the Gambia, towards the development of this country. So young people should really be cautious, in as much as they are really desperate to effect change, to make sure that things goes normal. Two wrongs cannot make a right. People are the ones, Gambians are the ones who elected President Adama Barrow. So if he should be removed by any means, should be through the ballot box, not through coup d'etats. I think that should be something that young people should take note of, because you can't disrespect people. This is not just disrespecting the laws of the land, but disrespecting the people who elected the president, because majority carries the vote. So really, this is something so difficult for the fact that he's a young man and he has a promising future. But yeah, the judiciary is independent too. So we can't question the credibility of the judiciary, because over the years they have really prove to the people that they are really independent, and their independence is unquestionable. So yeah, for the fact that this happens, I think it should serve as a wake-up call for the young people to know that no matter how desperate people are, they should really not take the laws into their own hands.
When you look at it, I mean, coup d'etat, sometimes when you look at the manner in which they are done, at some point you will ask yourself, is this how we're going to live? I mean, recently we've seen a lot of turnovers when it comes to coup d'etat within our sub-region, a lot of them. And, someone elected democratically, and you forcefully take that from him. It's like you are stealing from him, and which is very wrong. So now another headline is saying, Basse Area Council passes a resolution to remove CEO for alleged incompetence.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the local government commission that is ongoing. There are a lot of shocking revelations there. I mean, a lot of things have been hiding, and now it's coming to light.
Yeah, but nonetheless, they have not been prosecuted yet. So some of this, you have to take it at face value, because you must allow justice also to prevail. People must be able to be tried for allegations against them until they are convicted. People cannot conclusively say this is what happened. Yes, there are revelations of incompetence, there are revelations of non-procedural, kind of, following procedures, and all those things are evident or apparent there, but there has to be a trial for establishment of guilty or not guilty. Yes.
So absolutely. You have any other thing?
Yeah, let's shift our attention to the Gaza-Israel war, and Antonio Guterres, who's the UN Secretary General, he's saying that he's really concerned about the escalation in Gaza, and he's concerned for the fact that aid has not really been sufficient or adequate as far as it's concerned, and for the fact that there are blockages or the border in Egypt, they are not allowing people to go out or come in. It's really a concern for the international community, and we've seen international leaders or world leaders coming forward condemning Israel for breaching international law. And recently on the news yesterday, it was updated that now Egypt, they are giving access to this possible evacuation of these people who are in Gaza or people who are trapped in Gaza, which is really a laudable initiative, considering the fact that children are there, women, vulnerable people, and they have been suffering. There is no food, water, or access to electricity, access to water, or even telecommunications, because now they have got even their telecommunication industry.
Well, I mean, I think the war is really causing a lot of damage. I mean, when you don't have access to electricity,
water,
healthcare, you won't talk about education.
Food.
And it's every child's right to be educated. So I think in fact, it's not getting out of hand if it's already there.
Yeah, it's obvious from what we are seeing, on our screens. The bombings are getting more and more intensified. The casualties, especially women and children, almost 8,000 Palestinians have lost their lives now from Israeli end. Remember, on the 7th, it was about 1,500. But I think Israel should now really reflect and let there be ceasefire so that, these people can be allowed, to have a breathing space, because now there is no water, no electricity, no medication. Even the hospitals are also being bombed in search of, the Hamas people. I think it's come to a point where the conscience of the world must be pricked, so that, we really engage Israel to stop the bombings now. It's really painful to watch, to see these children and women screaming and crying. It's difficult.
Yes, I'll come back to you, Mr. Carr. And like I said at the beginning of the program, we'll talk to Ibrahim Drame, voluntary on migrations situation. And, he will be talking to us on the program. Currently, he's on the line. And we will inquire about as to what happened. We've received information. Many people lost their life, on this dangerous journey. And on that note, we'd like to engage Ibrahim here on QTV this morning. Good morning, Mr. Drame.
Yes, good morning.
Mr. Drame, how are you doing?
I'm going, thank God, and you?
Please, can you take us through what happened yesterday?
Yes, not only in yesterday, I can say throughout the month, there are lots of things going on about this backway journey. For me, I call it as a daily journey. There are a lot of boats who are departing from both Gambia and Senegal at the moment, including Mauritania. Last time, I think 3 days back, I made a report that there was a boat from Gambia, but I didn't know which place the boats depart. Because every day I receive more than hundreds of calls every day from Gambians, boats abroad and home, asking for their people. So I know there are some boats who are missing at the moment from Senegal. At the moment, there are 8 boats from Senegal who is missing. Nobody knows at the moment where those boats are located. And I understand that in Gambia also there are 1 boat missing. But yesterday also I get an information that there's another boat missing in Gambia also. Now I can say about 2 boats missing at the moment in Gambia. Nobody knows about their information. That boat, those two boats now, it's more than 3 weeks at the moment, I can say, but we don't know at the moment. So in 2 days back, I get an information because I communicate. I work with the Spanish board, the Red Cross, about the guys who are part of the Red Cross and the rescue service and the alarm phone. So the alarm phone is there. Those are the ones who are in the sea. If the boat is in the sea, so because sometimes when they are coming from Gambia or Senegal, they have a mobile call, or I don't know, walkie-talkie. So that's one, they are emergency phones. So those emergency phones, you can only call here through alarm phone like 111, 121, and other things. So when they call, so you can have an emergency call. Then they will see your location. Okay, there is a boat in this place.
Yes.
Okay, in 2 days back, we understand that they are in south of Tenerife, about 124 kilometers south of Tenerife. There was a boat there, so they make an inquiry. Then the radar see there's a boat coming, but the boat, the engine was blocked. So the rescue service called El Metino, it's a Spanish rescue service. So they go for this boat, and we understand on that day, the time they rescue the boat, I can say about 15 minutes time, I get the information because we are always working with them. So I get the information that this boat is come from Gambia. Then at that moment, I make the I publicate there is a boat that came from Gambia because a lot of boats are from Gambia, and I'm getting a lot of confusion, a lot of calls. I can say about the moment, at this moment I'm speaking, 9 boats is on the way from Gambia. They are all, none of those boats are even reached at the moment.
They have not reached. Okay, all right. Ibrahim, I want to know what type of boats are these? I mean, there was a time we learned it's sort of a ferry that is taking the people from the Gambia, but later I realized it's a boat.
There is no ferry. These are canoes.
Okay.
These are canoes.
And each canoe, how many people?
Sorry. Yes. In Gambia, I don't know how people live in Gambia, and I don't know how they use these canoes and other things. The only things I know here I only know the information when the boat arrives, or when the boats are in the sea, or when people are in the Sahara or other things. Because I communicate with the international, those ones I can know these things are going like this. But I don't know even in Gambia how they pay money, how people even live, how they leave the country to come. But okay, this canoe, it came in 2 days back. So I get information here with one of my colleagues. He told me, Ibrahim, please, can you check the update? So I check the update. I see, he said me, there's an accident from your country. So I try and find out, but I didn't see any these things village, because in the rescue they don't ask for village which people the boat start from. When the boats come, what they ask, okay, which country you come from, and how many women are here, how many children are here. That's the only thing they normally check. Oh, did anybody die?
Yeah. So Ibrahim,
did anybody have any problem? Yes.
Yeah. So what we want to know is it true that 21 Gambians lost their life yesterday? Their lives yesterday?
It's not yesterday. It's 2 days back, 3 days back.
Is that true?
Yes, it's true. But the boat, what I know that the boat came, it's 20 dead bodies. The 20 dead bodies was 20 people was dying, but all those 20 people they throw their dead bodies in the sea. So that's the information we get it from the Red Cross.
Okay.
So, but they tell us that the time they rescue them and the time they arrival at the port, one guy also died there. So that makes a total of 21 people. And there are 4 people who are in a very critical condition. They take those people at the hospital. They are very critical. And there are another 13 people who are also in the hospital. But at the moment, I didn't know which this boat come from. But it was yesterday. So I had the information from some of the people who are in part of those boats. I think they called their family members. They told them, okay, the part in this man name and this name is part of that. Because even in our village, I have 2 people who die in that boat. So that's how things are. But it is true. The news is true. I see some media, they are saying 26 people, but I don't have that amount of number, this 26. The amount of number we have is 21 people that died from that boat.
21
people from Gambia. I didn't know where the boat started from, but yesterday I get calls from people. They tell me the boat starts from Bakau. But that is true. The 21 dead bodies is true. In Bakau, there's 2 boats. Yesterday also there was 1 boat who came from Bakau. That boat also, we have 3 dead bodies on that boat also. and that boat also is from Bakau. That's 209 people in boat with 13 women and 33 children in that boat.
Wow.
That also boat live from Bakau, yes, at the moment.
Wow.
So this particular incident that happened day before yesterday, it was reported that all the 21 people were from Bakau. Is that true?
Well, I didn't know those. I didn't know that. I can't know it because the problem is for me. I don't talk with the migrants themselves. What I normally know, I always communicate with the international, the Red Cross, the alarm phone, and the rescue service. So I don't know those people. Maybe, but some people tell me that inside the boat they are from different cities. Like the boat take off from Bakau, but there are people come from everywhere to join to the Bakau. But yesterday, someone also called me and tell me that they have only 10 people that's from Bakau. Those are 16. But I couldn't know. I cannot verify that because I'm not in the boat and I don't talk with the people who inside the boat. The people who are in the boat or the agent who posts the boat, who send the boat out, is the one who can verify that one. But the ones I can only share, the only thing I follow where the boats come from and how many people in the boat, how many people died. That's the only thing normally I always follow.
So what is the state of the survivors right now? Do you know anything about them?
Yes. At the moment, I understand 13 people is in the hospital and another 4 people are there in intensive care at the moment. So I can say that about 17 people are in the hospital at the moment. The other ones are in the emergency camp in Tenerife at the moment. Those people, they just have burns their bodies, when this salt water, so when it starts, so it can burn your body and other things. A lot of people have those burns, but for some, they are okay. But at the moment, the only things we know now, at 17 people is at the moment at the hospital and 4 are in intensive care at the moment.
So Ibrahim, you mentioned about other boats on their way. Some are not found. Are they from Gambia?
At the moment, 9 boats from Gambia. They are all on the way. The total amount I get, about 1,600 Gambians are in the sea at this moment as I am speaking at the moment.
Wow.
All right, thank you.
More than 1,600. I don't know about their whereabouts, but I'm trying everything. I'm in communication with the alarm and other things to verify how the boats and how. So maybe today, tomorrow, or next tomorrow, some boats will be reached successfully. I don't know.
Yeah.
So just to be sure, finally, this boat that killed, or that 21 people who died, how many were on board exactly? Women and children. Are there any women and children in that boat?
Yes, the children are there, the men are there. At the moment, I think I have 179 people on the boat. But I have them in the magic. But because I'm speaking at the mobile at the moment, so I don't have connection. Because when you call me in direct call, so my connection will just go down. So I cannot go back to my message and see. But I think 179 people was on the boat.
Okay.
And about 13 ladies was there. And I don't know, 33 children for sure.
Yeah.
So you are currently in Italy.
Okay.
You are currently in Italy, Ibrahim?
I'm in Malta at the moment.
In Malta, okay. All right, thank you, Ibrahim, for updating us on giving us those updates on this morning. QTV. Time to time, we will be linking you so that you can tell us the happening.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Ibrahim Adrame. That's Ibrahim Adrame there in Malta, giving us the as to what happened, information. Mr. Carr, it is very sad.
It is
You
indeed.
know, well, for me, I know those who died, they've already died. We pray for them and we try to put ways so that people will not embark on this journey again. But the 9 boats that are on their way with little children and women, that's my fear right now.
The risks are very high and the odds against you. I don't know. When you do something, you look at the odds. It is 50-50, but the odds are like almost 80-20 chances of getting there or surviving, because the high seas sometimes, certain time of the year, can be very, very rough. And these boats, these dinghies or canoes, are just made of wood, and the nails there are not normally strong. Sometimes they run out of food, they run out of water, and if you run out of fresh water, you start drinking the sea water, it kills you, because it dehydrates you once you are drinking salty water. Salty water is not good. If you drink it for a couple of days, then that's it. You start dying. And when you are thirsty, you will not understand that even you don't drink it, you have better chance of living 1 or 2 extra days. If you drink it, it kills you faster.
Yeah.
So they run out of food, run out of water, plus the high seas. So the chances are very slim. And when you get to Europe, for what reason? What are you going to do
Well,
there?
you know, sometimes when people talk about, okay, embarking on the backway journey, this morning I was discussing with one of my friends. I said to him, he's from Bakau. I said, boy, have you heard what happened in Bakau? He said to me, yes. I said to him, okay, now these boys are going to backway. But at some point, if they get to backway, they'll take them, if they get to Spain or Italy, they'll take them to the camps. They'll spend many years in those camps too, before they allow them to go into the town.
Yeah.
So at some point, before you go and settle, it will take you 5, 6, 7, 10 years before you settle. What about if you leave a family behind? So, I mean, it's difficult, but no matter what you do or say, people still
It's
embark.
the agony and the pain of the people that are here, listening to this guy saying that there are 9 other boats in the high seas, constituting of more than 1,000 people. I mean, this is harrowing.
Women and
It's a
children.
disaster. I don't know. I think the European Union, in partnership with the West African government, should strengthen up the coastal guards, you know, give them good boats so that the monitoring and all these things. I think it's very weak. It's obvious that the monitoring and the interception is really poor.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, at some point, Mr. Ka, even if you bring ways or means to stop it, at some point, you know, some of these people are very intelligent. They'll always create routes to this backway. I can remember before people used Libya, you know, a lot. Morocco have been used, Libya now, they're using Bakau to go straight to Italy or something. So I think it's really sad.
It's a challenge,
you know.
It is.
Yeah, so Mamadou Gajaga is in Bakau. I mean, to get first-hand information, yes, he will be in Bakau. Rather, to get first-hand information, talk to some of the family members who are bereaved at the moment, you know, and I believe it will be coming to the 8 o'clock news here on QTV. So, Mr. Ka, this is all we have for you on this morning, and see you tomorrow again.
Thank you.
Yes, we wish you a very happy month of November.
Thank you.
A lot of money, a lot of, I mean, blessings.
Pray for me good health.
And good health. Yes, so thank you very much.
Thank
Viewers, we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll be back.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell brings you the future with our ultimate bundles. Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
We are back. This is QTV this morning, and we're praying those who lost their life at sea, you know, may Jannah be their final destination. It is very sad to see our brothers losing their lives this way. I mean, unfortunately, Julde, if we talk to the people that are embarking on the backway, we also need to talk to our governments, our institutions. Let them pave way. Let them make the environment habitable for these people. You understand? Otherwise, the youth, no matter what, Basa or Barzak.
Wow.
Most of the time, that's what they say. So we Now going to the other segment of the program, GAM United Breeders Association of the Gambia. Cuba. Guba. All right. So, Mr. Cisse, you are welcome on the program. What's the first name again?
Yankuba.
Yankuba Cisse.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be talking about your upcoming event.
Exactly.
And but first of all, take us through what this association is all about.
Yeah. Good morning, viewers. GUBA actually is an abbreviation that stands for GAM United Breeders Association. Actually, the association was formed specifically because the association, we had like 3 associations in the country that are engaged into sheep breeding. We have GAM sheep, we have professional breeders, and we have Samaji Association. So it got to a point that we said, we have 3 associations, the country is small. So it's better to be united as one and then follow our goals rather than have a sub-segments. So that was what motivated us to sit as one, analyze things together, and then form GUBA. At the end of the day, Alhamdulillah, we had 3 presidents, each one with his own goals and motives. But at the end of the day, they put that aside and the ego and everything. We decided to be one, draft the constitution, and here we are today, about to launch the association. So,
I mean, you've been on the law for a very long time.
Yeah, it's been.
When was the inception?
It was early, mid-February actually.
2023. 2023.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So what's the main aim of launching the association? What does it really stand for?
The main objective or the main aim for launching GUBA is purposely to tell people that GUBA is here and we are ready to promote sheep breeding, because the main purpose of GUBA is to promote sheep breeding in the country, and then any other small livestock per se, because GUBA is an association that has different sub-associations that it is carrying along. Like we have the women wing that support the women into animal breeding. The rabbit association is there, and you have the poultry and the rest. But those are guys that we work along with.
Okay.
So GUBA is the general head,
the umbrella
body that oversees all of them.
So how? Okay.
When you talk about promoting livestock breeds, what specifically are you talking about? How do you intend to promote these livestocks?
Yeah, as you know, the Gambia, the breed that we have is called the citizens. When it comes to cows and sheep, we call them the citizens. So if you look at the citizens, at their maximum point of time in which you can consume them is at 3 years, 4 years. And the maximum kilo you can get from them is like 60 to 70K. But there are some superior breeds along the line, which are the Ladum breeds, the Asawat, the Chadians, and the Bali Balis. Within 1 or 2 years, they can give you a kilo of minimum, say 100 plus. Because if you look at the breeds that we are importing now that we are working on to improve the breed that we have is the Ladum breed mainly. The Ladum breed at 6 months, it can give you a kilo of 80, 90. When the citizen, it takes you 3 years plus. So Ladum is a breed that we are trying to inculcate in our breed to improve it for fast growth and then maximum consumption when it comes to meat. And then other products. For the meantime, it's mainly focused on beef production and then ameliorating the breed to have a superior breed that can give you maximum amount of weight that we need.
So these breeds in the Gambia, most of them are used for domestic purposes. To what extent are you involving the local farmers in the Gambia here towards the promotion of these breeds? Because I know that you can't really do it a lot. Most of the time it's just they just leave it at home, and then these breeds will be roaming about, these livestock will be roaming about without properly taking care of them. And even farmers do not even know how to really go about these livestock.
Yeah, that is one thing GUBA is focused on, because if you see, we have a scientific team that is responsible for sensitizing the population regarding breeding animals, because we are more focused on taking care of the sheep, to a point that you will not let them be roaming around. We have farms, because right now we have, most of our members have farms.
Okay.
I can say 99.9% of our members, their sheep are all engulfed in specific zones that, you know, they take good care of them. They have good routines and they have good medical practice.
Okay.
Like putting them in a confined place, building them a suitable place that can host them. They will be fed morning, afternoon, and then evening, given proper medication. So we have, how to call it again, other subordinates that we are working with from Banjul to Kartong, trying to do our sensitization. Because if you see, we are on a campaign right now. We have started our membership visit since a month ago. But from last Sunday, it's been on hold until we are done with the launching. Then we will continue from there. Because we're going around to figure out from our members what are the constraints that they are facing.
So is this initiative, is it nationwide, or you're just focusing on the greater Banjul area?
No, it's nationwide. From Banjul to Kartong, Basse to Koino. There is no exception.
So, okay, you did mention earlier on that your members, each of your members have breeds.
Yeah.
But how about the local farmers? To what extent can you help them to really protect their breeds?
Yeah, the local farmers also have been put in the picture because we have gone to local communities to meet with local farmers to see how best we can work together and see how best we can sensitize them on how to take good care of their farms and their sheep, because most of them that are breeding in the upper regions, they don't take care of the sheep. They just let them roam like that. And at the end of the day, the rate of mortality is too much among them, and most of them don't even know the actual amount of livestock that they have, because at times they deliver outside, you know, they lose them along the line. Some of them have been stolen and all that stuff. So those are few things we want to tackle, and we have started working towards them. Yeah.
So how often do you engage your sister association? We have the Livestock Owners Association.
Yeah.
At some point, have you ever engaged them?
Yeah, I think that's Nalwa, right?
Nalwa, yeah.
Yeah, we have been in contact with them since the inception, because there are associations that we have been working on since we were individuals, like GAMSIP and all that stuff. Since the first trade fair, animal trade fair we had in the Gambia here. I think it was the first time a Gambia hosted a trade fair.
True.
Animal trade fair. And people were like, wow, animal trade fair, what are these guys doing? Are they mad or whatsoever? Because, you know, we were having shows and all that stuff. During that period, we were working with Nalwa till date. And they are aware of this initiation with the Ministry of Agriculture and then the President's office, because there was some time, month before last, we were invited at the President's office to discuss and show him the model that we have with the women's breeders, and he appreciated the model and then gave his blessings.
Who, the President?
Himself, yeah, sure.
What type of model did you show him? They gonna have a buga yapa de.
Wow, mom, so bad.
Ndawal mom lekakati
ndawal
yapa
so bad. So bad every year mom ladum la de to was.
Mom ladum dama ko de gis mu ngi taxaw ak xar.
Ladum la de to was
every year. Dañ dee wax ne ñu ne comme you are talking about maybe the way you breed your animals. Sometimes da ngeen dee forcer gars pour ñu am those kilos yi nga xam ne sax loolu daf dee ëpp doole. So I hope it's not going to be complications for the animal itself and the people consuming it, because am na seen yenn xar dañ dee ponkal trop.
waaw ñii dañ dee woon na ndax lii
waaw te ñu ne yàppa wi du dee saf.
non loolu wax la bro. laadum soo ko tesee doo musa wàccee benn xar du laadum. maa la wax lii yàppa bi nooy na neex na. laadum at the age of 8 years 9 years yàppa mi moo dee gën a nooy sa ñun suñu xar yi ndaw.
Tobaski bu ñëw laadum la.
ba pare xam nga the other thing is luñ dee wax dañ dee renforcer gars yi ci poids and all that stuff. Those are things that yi nga xamante ne most of the time buñ ko dee encounter mooy comme suñu waree tega foire. waaw xam nga it's a competition.
waaw competition.
waaw te fooye million du caaxaan. comme buñ ko dee waxee
dëgg la
so waaye those are things yi nga xamante ne dem nañ to a point from here to Senegal, Mali and Mauritania, because we are all working together. so da ngaa gis ne buñ toogee ñu analyse things ñu xam ne poids nekk nañ dañuy jox problème si xar yi. because da ngaa gis xar bi nga xamante ne is a good breed from a good bloodline, xam nga war naa liggéey lu am doole si élevage bi waaye because of poids buñ ko sëf mo dem foire mu ñëw gagné at the end of the day to survive more than 1 year mu gaañu.
Ndeysaan.
So that's a loss to the entire breeding association.
Wala mo gaañu nga rendi ko.
Waaw,
Mene 1 year la fa dee ma rendi la.
No, it's not something that xam nga su feebaree tamit you are always on the go ne xam nga danga ko war a am pour inject and all that stuff pour mu pour mu wér.
Dëgg la.
So there are some medications yu ñuy jël it's detrimental to your health.
Thank you. Thank you Mr. Cissé for coming on the program. Xam naa launching bi su soobee yàlla dinañ fa nekk because maa ngi gis issue
dinañ am benn saay
ba dinañ am benn grill bu ñoo def si corner.
Non yéen moom loolu du problème.
Non dañ war a grill.
Non soo leen ñëwee di ngeen fa fekk ñetti box yi nga xam ne
inshallah ñoo grill. Man dama soona si Afra chicken. Man Afra lifin.
Waaw good am nga yooyu lañ bëgg a yooyu lañ nekk di liggéey bi nga xamante ne da ngaa nekk di koof sa di gis laa
waaw da ngeen a liggéey tobaski bi tam comme suñ tobaski bi xar yu dee jógee si biti ñëw fii dafa bëri dañu war a liggéey suñ oon nit ñi fii ñu jaay ñu xar understand nga
inshallah bu soobee yàlla at bi you will see a difference because xam naa naa la oo nga ñëw duwee coverage because ñu ngi bëgg a def operation because we have a operation tobaski coordinator muy Alhaji Gajo the owner of Nav Center he is the leading the team so as of now we are working on door nañ di liggéey si loolu yàgg na sax so by hell every year our members then they am sub tents around because so demee like Bori Kairaba Avenue around Teen Corner Bori the school again around West Africa International so by hell around that line bi yëpp mostly suñ members yi la ñoo fa dee exposed so da nga gis ne it's kind of slow but surely we'll get there but this year is going to be a difference
bëgg naa ñëw si suma brother Gambian ma ne ko ne bro xar bi ñaata la mu ne ma ne nangam la ma fay ko ma jël xar bi fekk maa ngi bég kontaan understand nga so thank you very much Mr. Sia xam naa ne dinañ follow launching bi
inshallah
ba pare at some point am dinañ leen invite at ñu toog ñu waxtaan affaire launching bi
inshallah
thank you viewers will take a short break after the break then we'll talk to Jibril Gando Balde Communication Officer Minister of Health on the social behavioral change survey in rural Gambia. We'll be back.
Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
Looking for the perfect place to promote your product or place your advert? Look no further than QTV. We are the premier destination for businesses looking to connect with Gambian audiences and beyond. At QTV, we offer a variety of advertising solutions to suit your needs and budget. With our diverse range of programming, you can be sure that your ad will reach a broad and engaged audience. From our popular news broadcast to our exciting music and entertainment programming, QTV has something for everyone. QTV, the premier destination for advertising in the Gambia. Contact us today and let us help you reach your audience.
So we are back. The place to be is Amharit pipeline.
Wow,
Jibril Gando Balde. So demee mu faj la ceebu jën, ceebu yapa, be pare ñu grill.
Sour mayonnaise.
Yeah, I took my wife there the other time. You am grill. Red snapper yu correct. No, Amharic is the place to be, man.
suñ paree ñu jox la invoice.
No, Jibril
xanaa da nga bëgg mu jox ma invoice bi.
Jibril
xanaa
soxla
nga bëgg mu jox ma invoice bi.
am na ñoo xam ne dañ ko soxla waaye kii soxluñ ko. waaye kii soxluñ ko. So Jibril,
Yes.
it's good to have you here, brother.
Yeah,
It's been
thank
a
you.
while.
Thank you
Démb
very
lañ ko seetlu woon waaye xam naa ne
yeah,
because of
traffic
dem ak a ñëw bi
and all
xam nga.
that, yeah.
Waaw so léegi lu ñoo def mooy. We'll talk about nañ def li in the local language.
Yeah,
sax.
yeah, definitely,
am nañ behavioral social behavioral
Change
so
communication,
waaw
yeah.
survey buñ def rural Gambia. So dañ bëggoon rek nga wax ñu lu tax lii.
Wow, jërëjëf Balde. Obviously, it was a social behavioral change communication, step down training, buñ def across the regions, you know, in rural Gambia, from LRR to CRR, URR, North Bank, both sides of the North Bank, East and West. Lii luñ si jublu mooy pour promote healthy behaviors. And tamit pour won nit ñi ñuy jëfandikoo services yi health pour people in the rural communities because it's very important ñëpp xam nañ ne si nawet lañ jógee so bu loolu passé da ngaa gis ne day am texa yu bari when it comes to the health of the population especially those in the rural areas so Ministry of Health through Directorate of Health Promotion and Education, that is suma unit bi health communication unit bi ñoom nañ sasoon ñu dem def step down training bi nii because dañ njëkkoon a train the health officers CHNs and public health officers ñooñu leen njëkkoon a train on this social behavioral change communication da ngaa gis ne yi dafa nekk loo xam ne ku nekk wala liir nga weeda jigéen bu biir nga weeda mag nga weeda elderly nga ñooñu yëpp ku nekk da nga am soxla si sa wérgu yaram ku nekk da nga am loo war a def pour saxal sa wérgu yaram so yi lañ demoon pour remind askan bi ñu nekk in those parts of the country especially in deep rural areas because dem nañ comme man maa ngi woon in URR suma yeneen collègues yi ñu ngi CRR ñeneen ñu ngi North Bank so basically step down training bi was to remind these community members of their responsibilities as far as essential health services are concerned. Comme jigéen ñu biir ñi dañ dee gis si provinces bi ñu bari dañoo biir ba pare ñu toog 7 months balaa ñoo dem register pour nurse join nurse te loolu dafa am i texa yu bari yoo xam ne daf ko dee mun a waral because most of the time ñun luñ dee dégg rek mooy end result bi am na ku dem wasin mu des fa wala doomam bi des fa wala moom si boppam mu des fa waaye we want to treat this by preventing these events by making sure that clear information is given to these women even before they conceive lan ak lan lañ war a def ban time lañ war a dem lopitaan because the health système bi dafa wax ne jigéen bu biir sa first trimester mooy sa first 3 months yi war ngaa dem nga register waaye soo toogee first 3 months demuloo register second 3 months demuloo register ba third 3 months yi in your 7 months or 8 months nga dem register daf dee indi texa yu bari because suñ find out ne yow da nga manqué deret wala da nga am certain infection or da nga lack certain nutrients so dafa difficult you have a short window balaa sa delivery bi so te lii nekk na loo xam ne bokk na si luñ jàngal jigéen ñi si àll bi because some of them luñ la dee wax mooy ne ñoom comme suñ biiree is a secret so duñ ko dee bugg a teel a reveal and by going to the clinic you are revealing to everybody that I am pregnant but woon nañ leen ne the earlier you go to the clinic and register your pregnancy the better for you and the better for the baby you understand because every month sooy ñëw nurse dinañ la dee monitor sa womb bi seet baby bi condition bu mu nekkee and all that so su nekkee ne am na jafe-jafe dinañ am enough time pour rectify ko ba pare xam nga jigéen yu biir yi dañ leen dee jox comme this iron drugs pour make sure ne they have enough blood in their system because sooy wasin obviously di nga lose a lot of blood so balaa period yi wasin boobu da nga war a am enough blood so when it comes to also now the baby is delivered now we also tell them that it's important for them to utilize the clinics mooy nurse yi because Gambia is so blessed in a way that nga gis ne every 10 kilometers or less than that 5 kilometers boo dox rek di nga gis lopitaan wala a health post du dee nekk a lopitaan boo xam ne everyday staff yaa ngi fa waaye du dee nekk compound boo xam ne dañ ko dee jagleel health workers yi at the end of every month ñooñu ñu sori lopitaan yu mag yi health def dee mun a gather a team of public health officers, nurses, CHNs, midwives, and all that, you them to that particular community because they are far from the main health center. So every month, then they those visits. So you tamit wax nañ leen how important it is pour ñuy dem suñ amee doom yóbbu seen doom yi noos because comme soo ko bàyyee xel 30-40 years ago feebar yu mel ni measles yellow fever yu mel ni polio xale bu juddu balaa moo am 5 years mu lafañ ak all that loolu mu ngi bëri woon waaye gis nga jigéen ñi faral di dem noos yooyu tax na ba léegi for those kind of diseases fu si baa ak yooyu noonu yëpp doo ko gis so yooyu tamit we tell them the important because we realize since the COVID ñu bari dañ ragal pour dem nurse every week or every month so we encourage them to make sure that they take their kids for their routine immunization that is vaccination pengu xale yi ba pare tamit yaay bi tamit dina mën a continuer yeneen pengu yi so amul foofu si mag ñi tamit ñu won leen ne mag ñi tamit dañ war di try ñuy eat balanced diet and you have to show them where you can get this balanced diet even though nekkuloo Banjul nekkuloo Serekunda you are in Sami Karantaba or you are in Bakadaji so da nga gis ne ñebe is something loo xam ne it's just like meat because they all belong to the same family of protein
wow.
so yow soo amut yàppa at that end wan nañ dina la wax ne soo amee ñebe te yooyu da ngeen ko dee mun a ji fii nii te da ngeen ko dee mun a am si seen market si always make sure that you put those kind of things in your diet jën tamit soo leen ko amee always put it in your diet so yii dafa nekk loo xam ne it's not aim to cure anything but it's aim to create awareness so that di nga mun a prevent the local communities so that they can have a very good healthy lifestyle te amuñ foofu we even show them that even so lekkee healthy diet tamit da nga war a am time to burn those calories mooy nga exercise mooy mag bu am 80 years or 70 years you can do your exercise exercise in this sense it doesn't mean ne da nga war a dem si field bi nga dawi comme boy si wala gaal si wala da nga war a dem si mbedda bi di
mun ngaa daw
sa biir néeg sa biir kër because te op ñoom dañ dee am big backyards in their compound yow dañ dee am space bu mag si biir kër bi su ma nee space boobu noonu timal sa boppa 15 minutes or 30 minutes nga jaabante fii ba fii space bi fu mu em nga dellu si waat nga waaxu loolu for 15 minutes 30 minutes ma ne that's a very good exercise and surprisingly Balde before sax ñu aaga buñ doon dem to this training in Basse luñ gis mooy we were going ba aga balaa ñu aga Mankamankunda because this was the time the president was on his leave annual leave and surprisingly ñu toog rek suñ moto bi ñu gis ñu nekk suñ kanam so gars yi dañu wax ñu wàññi so ñu gis a group of people you know walking on the highway and surprisingly bu ñëwee ba jublu groupe bi ma gestu ni suñ driver bi tamit gestu mu xamee président bi and he was doing that exercise ñun lu ñoo dem pour train community si
moom mu ngi dox
moom fekka ñun trainuñ ko but he was doing that you understand ñu ngi ko fekka mu ngi ñaxa tooy xep si diggi naaj boobu noonu mu ngi dox si kaw tali bi ànduta benn moto so that shows ne xam nga it doesn't matter who you are you must find time you must find time to exercise
for yourself
and that exercise mun nga koo def si dox mun nga koo def si daw not necessarily si gym bi rek nga war a exercise
mun nga ut seekul sa biir néeg sa nga pedal
waaw so all those kind of things are very healthy and we were very impressed when we saw that we going to train these communities about the importance of exercise importance of healthy eating the importance of early bookings pour dem noos jigéen ñu biir ñi ak xale yu ndaw yi tamit pour ñu leen a yóbbu noos and all those essential things yoo xam ne is very important pour guy maintain seen health status.
dëgg la Jibril Gando Balde ñu ne ñu time bi jeex waaye Julde we are going to tey su Julde acknowledge sponsor bi tey du baax si ñun
du baax
Julde yaa ngi mel ni lawyer ku la solal
ay Njaay Cara Wol Market moo si jaar Balde
ma ne ko Njaay Cara ñëwaati na
moom daal fu nekk la dee fële
waaw
su ñëwee fii nga ne Saudi Arabia tey moom lawyer la foofu la
non da nga génn rek ma ne lawyer bi ñëw na
waaw tey moom macha allah so moom dafa unique daf dee am na yëpp yére góor yére jigéen yére xale yëpp te mu ngi doole jigéen ñi tamit schoolam bi fu mu nekk ni second batch bi moo nekk di dem third batch bi registration bi mu ngi start in December in case nit ñi jigéen koo xam ne dafa bugg a dooleel boppam dafa bugg a nekk an independent person so ku ma solal moo nekk Marie moom moo ma solal moo ma ne tey moom waaw mu ne Julde dinaa la solal ba nga jekka so number bi 5910785 5910785 mu ngi Serekunda soo buggee rek nga dem foofu noonu dina la jox bagage doo fay dara nga dem jaay nga ñëw nga deposit sa profit nga jox ko moom xaalisam loolu rek la si soxla
Njachara Serekunda jërëjëf thank you very much Gando for coming Julde this is all we have until tomorrow have a wonderful day bye bye